camera he has to perform.
Right. And why did the Revival go to Tully Blanchard anyway? What the fuck has Tully done for Sean Spears?
Right. Then we got the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida is defending her title against the NWA Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa. Now, to clarify, the NWA Women's Championship is not up for grabs. It's not on the line. But the AEW Women's Championship is. So, Thunder Rosa really has nothing to lose and everything to gain right here, right?
Very much.
With that being said, I think Hikaru is going to fight tooth and nail. I think we're gonna see the best match that we've seen from her in AEW, and I'm so looking forward to this match so much. I'm sure I'm gonna watch it on repeat. Also, I guess it's just easy. The safe bet is saying if Thunder Rosa's championship isn't on the line, 9 times out of 10 in wrestling, that means she's losing, right?
Yeah.
So
which is exactly why I'm picking Thunder Rosa. Because this pay-per-view across the board is far too predictable. You need a real good swerve moment, and I think it would be a great move to put the championship on Thunder Rosa, who isn't doing anything for NWA for at least the rest of the year, so I don't see why you wouldn't use this as an opportunity to give some prestige to your NWA or to your AEW Women's Championship.
I mean, yeah, she definitely, as far as women wrestlers go, she's something that speaks volumes for her being in your company and for representing as the champion.
Yeah.
And to have an NWA champion hold one of your champions, I think, is also, I mean, not really, but for the lineage. And I think,
I think the AEW, yeah, because the AEW, it doesn't have any lineage. It doesn't have any heritage. It doesn't really have, what was her name?
Riho.
The first, Riho is a multi-time champion. But as of this point, she was just kind of a fart in the wind of AEW.
Yeah, it's been just a year, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think Tony Khan really does value the NWA heritage and name, even if the actual NWA isn't what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think putting it on Rosa definitely would help to elevate the Women's World Championship to the NWA World Championship level, which is good for everybody.
Yes.
And then we have the main event.
Woo!
The AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley is defending his title against MJF, and he cannot shift paradigms.
No.
Dynamite this week ended with Moxley taking on MJF's lawyer, and then Wardlow got involved, and MJF came out to pick up the scraps and busted Moxley open with some punches to the dome with that ring, the Dynamite diamond ring that everybody forgot about except for me. Mox is winning this, right?
Yeah.
It's not MJF time yet.
No, I want MJF to win, but I agree. I don't want him to win it right now. I'll be okay if he does, fine, but it's Jon Moxley. It makes sense.
Dude, how cool would it be if the next championship match we got was Moxley Pentagon?
That'd be cool. I'm down
Moxley
for that.
Pentagon, that's a 7-star match, I think. Any way I butter that bread.
That's a main event anywhere in the world, Pasty.
Yes.
So do we have a decent tiebreaker? While we were talking, did something jump out to us, or
no?
Do we want to make the tiebreaker? Does the Mimosa match end in the Mimosa, or
I think that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, and I'll let you call it.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the I'll let you call it. Let's put it this way. You're behind in all of the pay-per-views. I'm going to let you take the tiebreaker.
Fine. Then I'll be the bigger man and bow out and say yes.
Yes in the Mimosa?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because that's the safe answer. I mean, obviously, it's a Mimosa
I think the safe
match.
answer is pinfall submission. I don't think either one of them wants to go in a fucking bad Mimosa.
Well, let's be fair. First of all, I think it's going to happen in the Mimosa, but I think both are going to end up in it before it's over.
I think it should end in a pinfall or submission, and then Jericho and Cassidy can shake hands at the end, and then they can both come out and dump the vat of mimosa on Moxley after he retains his championship.
That would be great. All right, let's move on to the savagest of the Sentinels, Pasty.
Yes.
And it seems that there's expected to be some major changes in the TV ratings moving forward, especially that involving sports, as Nielsen's, which are considered the main ratings bar, but really suck and have no idea who's watching anything.
My mom has one of those damn boxes in her house.
Does she? That's
I'm
awesome.
like, why would you do that? That's
They're
like signing up for Facebook.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pasty. Now, not only is it going to be in her house, but they're going to begin counting out-of-home viewership. Viewers will now be counted from places such as bars, restaurants, and airports.
Will views from tout be tallied? That's my big question.
Well, you might want. They will. And you might wonder, how are they going to do this? Well, viewers will be counted if they take their mobile device from the home and use those when they watch. This latest Nielsen tool is supposed to make a huge change in sports ratings moving forward, particularly major sporting events, and generally the main one is for the NFL. But WWE and AEW will also be affected, although on a much smaller scale.
I think it'll change WWE's numbers. Well, fairly soon.
I don't think a lot. You think a lot of people go to the bar and watch WWE?
No, but I think people watch pay-per-views together and shit.
Well, that doesn't change the number.
I suppose.
Nielsen will reportedly measure out-of-home viewerships via a beeper-like device carried by the people who are in Nielsen's measurement sample. The device will capture and recognize the audio of what people are watching away from their homes.
Wow, that's invasive as fuck.
No shit. Well, remember though, people have to volunteer for it. You know what I mean? So it's not invasive, I guess, because you're volunteering for it.
It's like signing up for Facebook. Yeah.
Exactly. Outkick.com noted that this will go for everywhere from a friend's home, I guess, Pasty, as you mentioned. I'll shut my mouth. You're right. To a hotel, bar, gym, restaurant, hundreds of places. Basically, anywhere you take it, if it hears that show on, it's going to count it as you watching it.
So then Pornhub videos got to be, they got to be factored in the ratings too, right?
I mean,
they got to have a place.
For once, we might actually get if they're legit ratings, Pornhub is going to beat everybody, but only for about 2 minutes. It was noted, though, an interesting aspect will be, and this is the main thing, especially if you know human beings, will people remember to carry the device with them when they're already leaving the house with things like wallets, keys, and phones, which
you just make it a keychain.
Forgets one of those.
Make it a keychain.
Nielsen household samples have to opt to the company's in-home measurement tools, Pasty. But this new way of counting views involves an extra step, which is carrying that device with you. So you can choose to either have this or not, and you can choose to take it with you or not to certain places. So,
who owns Nielsen? That's what I want to know. Like, that's a lot of privacy invasion.
Well, somebody's going to be making money off of advertising, I'll tell you that.
And then not only that, but like if you go to a bar with this thing, you should have to notify everybody that you have one, right?
No.
I feel like you should.
Well, per Nielsen, the only thing you're going to be paying attention to is what TV show's playing, so...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm just saying. Just saying, Pasty. Just saying. I'm just the middleman. I'm just passing the news along.
It's upsetting. I don't know. Like, how... TV ratings... How can you consider yourself so important to be remotely invasive? I don't know. It's fucked up.
We should just get rid of Nielsen altogether, and ratings don't even really exist anyway. So
get rid of the Nielsen ratings, and let's get the Liam Neeson ratings.
You know, they have, you look at it, and it's like millions of people watching at home is what the rating is.
Yeah.
And there may be 200 people with a box that has it on.
Right.
So they're just assuming that because those 200 are there and there's X amount of people in America, that means that's a huge jump to take.
And who's to say it's not like selected like jury duty where it's kind of biased towards one group of people or another?
Oh, they've been busted a few times for that, and probably
Yeah.
still will. And if people,
No wonder UPN ain't around anymore.
Right? And people in the television industry will tell you, like, especially, I guess the best example right now is the quote Wednesday Night War between NXT and AEW. Every time that one or the other has won, that difference is easily counted as just a rounding error. Like, none of them have been. I mean, you got to have a huge.
It's like voting in America.
Not be a rounding error. Yeah. So it's like just because one beat them by 100,000 households, that's a rounding error. That could just be that, they rounded it up over here instead of rounding it up over there.
Yeah.
So it's stupid, but
it is dumb. Dumb.
Something that's really smart though, Pacey, is coming up here.
Hell yeah. Rey Mysterio is set to star in his own animated series, which will air on Cartoon Network Latin America. Sorry to get you excited there, American folks. According to Lucha Central, the series will combine the excitement and adrenaline of wrestling with mystery, mythology, history, magic, and supernatural beings. So they're just taking Scooby-Doo and putting Rey Mysterio's head on him?
Sure. I was thinking more, what was it, Mucha Lucha?
Yeah, I was like Jackie Chan Adventures. That was a good cartoon.
Or, yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with wrestling. Or like Mongol Wrestling Alliance, remember that one?
Yep.
I see it somewhere in the middle there. I don't know.
Mysterio quipped, after 35 years of career and multiple achievements, I was still missing something.
Yeah, son that could fucking wrestle.
I sold my soul to get a kid at a WWE. I murdered a guy in the ring. I just needed something more. And it's a children's cartoon. I always wanted an animated series with a character of Rey Mysterio. And when the idea was presented to me, I was immediately captivated. Working with Cartoon Network has been incredible. I can't think of anyone better than this group to make this project a reality.
Orale.
Good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's a big hit and maybe it gets brought over to America, because I'd watch it.
Right? Well, and I'm sure a lot of cable and dish subscriptions have Cartoon America Latin on them, because I know a lot of them have them. So, and so do a lot of streaming sites. They have the regular and the Latin. So it'll be neat to see. But
I would definitely watch a Rey Mysterio cartoon. I would also watch a Rey Mysterio like Mr. Rogers show where he explains the fundamentals of being lucha.
I'd watch a Rey Mysterio bukkake. But, Pacey, with one WWE star gaining a show, of course, the circle of life, another is losing his. Netflix has opted not to order a second season of The Big Show, we're calling it, starring Paul White, otherwise known as The Big Show. However,
that's why they failed. They didn't call it The Big Show starring The Big Show.
Yeah, then it would have fucking
I tried to get my kids to watch it, but I couldn't even watch it, and then they couldn't even watch it, and it's no surprise.
It's bad then, yeah.
It's no surprise.
Well, there will be, what is a surprise, a special Christmas episode to be released this December, but settle down, Pasty, before y'all start writing to get Big Show back for another 7 seasons, 6 seasons in a movie. It should be noted that Netflix had already commissioned the Christmas special airing before they had decided not to order the second season. So they had already recorded it and paid for it. So just that's what it is.
Oh, boy. And Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling School and Promotion, ran by former WCW Horseman and WWF star Paul Roma and former jobber and jabroni Mario Mancini, has been hit with a cease and desist letter from the city of East Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, no.
The C&D orders the promotion to shut down because their wrestling school business has been deemed a violation of local zoning laws. which lists wrestling studios cannot be held in your own backyard. No, which lists wrestling studios as adult-oriented businesses. So it has to be by the strip club.